Tamika, and this is my code review for Grocer project that I did in CS210. The program processes a list of products from a Python text file, and it counts the occurrences and displays the results and writes the product frequencies to a DAT file. So I'm going to review the structure, documentation, variables, operations and stuff, and maybe some potential improvements. So the first file that I'm going to look at is the Python code that I created. I am looking at this via my GitHub. So the code for this is structured, and it's divided into clear functions. So I've defined a read and write file, as well as a read file and a locate total product amount. All of those are clearly defined, so that makes the code easy to follow. I think some ways of improving this code would be taking some of the repeated code, like the Python list text file, and making it into a single reusable function would be one way to improve in this area. And also on the Python code file, I have included some basic comments that shows, what I was doing in each one, and it explains what that function is. But I could probably improve on the comments by specifying maybe some parameter types or return values. Looking at the variables and the locate total product amount, I have a few ticket products, unique product. These are kind of descriptive, but I could make them more consistent. So for instance, instead of having taught for total, I could put total underscore count to make it more clarified what I'm actually talking about. And then I could remove any variables that I'm actually not using in the code. I think that the arithmetic operations in the code are simple, but under this locate total product amount function, I could improve by adding like an error handling for unexpected cases. So if there's like an empty file or an invalid input, I could add some error handling to verify that it exists before attempting to read it. Like the Python list dot text exists before even attempting to read it. In my read file, and in my read and write file, so read is above and read and write is below, I'm using for loops in both of them, and they're both of the loops that I've used are written completely and they've been correctly implemented. But I could probably move some of the iterations or some of the operations from within the loops. So like the counting occurrences of each of the products could be moved outside of the loop if I was using libraries. So I might look into doing that. And then I could also maybe add a default case and locate total product amount to handle any unexpected inputs, which would improve the program. I think in this code, it successfully closes files when I'm discussing file handling and input validation. So the code does successfully close files after reading or writing, but right now it's not checking whether the file exists or handles exceptions during file operations. So that's something I can improve on. So now I'm going to go back to my main. Did I even put anything in the README? So my README file doesn't have any information on actually what my code is performing. So this is something that I would want to fill in. I'd want to put in here more about my program, what the program is supposed to do, any changes that I make for this capstone project, and what those changes are for, so that anybody looking at my code has a clear understanding on what this program actually is. And right now, I don't have anything here except for that, I created it. So I do have a few enhancements in mind for the Python code, and I really do not do very well talking on camera or at all, even with the script. So I apologize for that. And if there's any way to improve on doing my code reviews, then I would appreciate the help. Thank you.